So we're still going on here with our video with the EPL's 30th anniversary, breaking down our personal all-time 11s. This time we're going to hop over to Kachi for him to give us his all-time starting 11 and the reasons why. So go on, Kachi.
Okay, thank you. I mean, my team, I have them in a formation 4-4-2, but you could also shuffle them and play them 4-1-3-2. So my team, starting from the goalie, for sure, Peter Cech. Like, nobody's touching my guy with his rugby helmets. This guy is Peter Cech is the Don. Like, prime Peter Cech under that Mourinho team. Those guys are one-goal merchants. Like, they score you one goal, they block the goal,
That's
they
it.
throw away the key. Like, you're not scoring Peter Cech. So I have Peter Cech there. For left back, I have for right back, I have Gary Neville. So I think that one, there's no debate in that one. I put Gary Neville all day, all time. That right wing, Gary Neville all day, switching the crosses in. Center back, I have two giants of men. Tony Adams, the man that is
mountains.
The man is a mountain, but graceful as well. Like Tony Adams in that Arsenal back four was like, when you call captains of the Premier League, like you can't call captains without calling Tony Adams. The guy is graceful with his feet, but also he can lead. Anybody on the team that want to mess up, you have to face Tony Adams in the changing room. So Tony Adams for sure, and I put him to partner with Vidic. So that's that centre back pairing. There's nothing coming in the air that you are touching. Anything, Vidic is going to head that out. And right next to them on the left wing, I don't think anybody in the Premier League. This guy was easily the best at his position for a decade, Ashley Cole. Like, I honestly think England really, really underappreciate this guy. Because I think Ashley Cole...
distant second place. I can't even
like,
think
the run
second.
Ashley Cole had, that 5, 6, 7 year run he had from Arsenal, even to, like, his first 2-3 Chelsea years at Chelsea. This guy was untouchable in the world, not only in the Premier League. So I have Ashley Cole on my left wing in the defense. And so sitting... I put N'Golo Kante on my left wing, but N'Golo Kante can also sit in front of my back four. So for me, I put N'Golo Kante. The reason I put Kante is because if somebody told you like a player will come from League 2 and join Leicester City and basically outwork everybody in the midfield and win the Premier League in the modern era, you would have said it's a lie. So I think N'Golo Kante's story is one of those stories that when they, those examples they give in church, when the pastor says, when God says your time, when the pastor says you've been suffering, your parents have done everything, they sent you to school, but when God says your time is your time, that's what N'Golo Kante is. The guy, honestly, they need to make a movie about the guy's life because the guy's life is so improbable that, yeah. So I have N'Golo Kante. There's always a saying that if you think you're working hard in a relationship, show the girl N'Golo Kante's picture. This guy, nobody outworks N'Golo Kante in the midfield. So I have N'Golo Kante there. And then in my center midfield pairing, I have obviously the two goats, in my opinion, of midfields in the Premier League. In my
Can
team,
I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
I can't help but notice a lot of violence on your team, man. Like, bro, this is...
No, see, I'm old school. I'm old school when it comes to my team.
Get to fight, man.
Bro,
what is wrong with...
Oh, Kante is old school. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you're there to fight, we'll fight. So I have Vieira and Roy Keane in my team. Where it's like, bro, if you want to play football, we'll play football. If you want to fight, we'll collect red card together. So Vieira and Keane are in my team. So hopefully, as they're in my team, they won't fight each other. But those two guys, when it comes to midfields, like I think those two guys were men. They were captains. What you call captains of the Premier League. Like obviously, Vieira is a more skillful player with the ball at his feet. And then Roy Keane is there for like, if you want, you're not going past that midfield. And then on the left-hand side, I have Ryan Giggs. For me, it was a toss-up. I also have an honorable mention of, obviously, Dennis Bergkamp. I could have put Dennis Bergkamp there to play my 10, but I put Ryan Giggs. I just have to throw that out there. But for me, I have Ryan Giggs on there for my team as well, because we need some crosses coming in as well for my forwards. And then for my main forward, I have obviously my number 9, Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think in terms of strikers in the Premier League, nobody, like every man you find, Ruud is guaranteed to get you a goal, a game. Like that's what Ruud van Nistelrooy was. Champions League, Premier League. If this guy plays, he's scoring. Like, these guys are sure bankers. You might as well just go and bet money with the bookmakers. The guy will get you a goal, guaranteed. Like,
I wish I
that
played
era
FPL during his time.
I know, right? If there was FPL during his time, forget all these people that are Salah merchants now that are talking Salah. Forget the days of Rude. My guy is getting you a goal. And then the almighty Baba of them all, Thierry Henry. Like, Henry was so good that it was like as if SS3 playing JS3 in football. That's just how it was when Henry was playing. Like, it wasn't fair. Like, seriously, Henry was powerful. He was also so graceful that, man, it's like as if the guy's feet didn't to touch the ground. The guy literally used to glide. Go ask Jamie Carragher and all those guys that suffered in his hands. Where Henry, I remember the goal he scored against Liverpool, where only him versus the whole team. After he scored, if you go watch that goal, Gerrard put his hand on his head. Jamie Carragher had his hand on his hip, like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, it's just not fair. Like, even the Man U team of that era, like, when they played Henry, you just know that you might as well just guarantee Henry's getting you guys a goal. Like, how this guy did not win, at least, in my opinion, how he did not win the Ballon d'Or for at least 2 years, especially the year Pavel Nedved won, for me, it was a criminal. Like, you know how they talk about rugby? Lewandowski's like, oh, he was robbed. No, bro. Pavel Nedved won a Ballon d'Or over Henry is criminal. Like, even Pavel Nedved would be like, yo, in secret, you'll be telling his wife that, yo, Henry's the, like, player. Like, the guy turned up for his country, for his club. And this is for a guy that, when he signed with Arsenal, he once said to Arsene Wenger, I'm not sure if I can score. Like, this guy just took the pace when he came to Premier League. Assists. Like, he's the only forward, I think he has, like, 78 assists in the league and 175 goals. That's just insane. Like,
Kachi will say it's the coach. Sorry, it's not Kachi. Skip will say it's the coach that it's Wenger that made him who he is. They didn't do it by himself.
Henry's on a different level. Even when people these days compare Henry with Mbappe, I'm sorry, to me that's criminal. You can't compare Henry. The league Henry's playing in now, that time Henry played in the league, you could tackle people and the ref will probably say play on. There's no VAR or nothing. So for me, that's my team. I think this team, if you want to fight, we'll fight. If you want to play football, we'll outscore you. You are not getting past our midfield. You are not still scoring against this team. Like N'Golo Kante sitting in front of that back four. Where will you use and score? If he's crossing, we have Ashley Cole and Neville crossing the ball in. If he's Flair, we have Henry. But yeah, that's my team. But like I said, honorable mentions to Dennis Bergkamp as well, because I could easily have swapped him in with Giggs. But yeah, that's my team.
And you have a lot of leaders on that team as well. All right. Sorry, before we go to the attack, the stabbing, what's your best moment in the Premier League?
I know this is going to be biased as a Man U fan, but for me, I think us winning the league, the 98-99 year against Spurs. And the reason I'll say that is because that started within the space of 8 days from that day when we won the league. We went on probably the best run any English Premier League team has had, where we beat Spurs, we won the league, we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup, and then we beat the almighty Bayern and collected our treble.
It was Newcastle who beat in the FA Cup.
Sorry, Newcastle. Sorry, my bad, Newcastle. So, like, for me, that run is still unmatched to this day. Obviously, City can talk about their domestic treble, but I'm sorry, that's not matching this Man U legendary treble team. So
please don't talk about trebles, man. You know, by the time someone watches this video, man, in 2 years, City would have won their own treble. So
if they don't win a Champions League, it's not called the treble. I'm sorry.
Edosa, what do you think about the team? You're muted. There you go.
I just want to ask a question. You said it can double as what other formation?
I'm sorry?
So Kachi said it's a 4-4-2, but it can also be a 4-1-2.
4-1-3-2. So it could be a 4-1-3-2. So the four defenders, obviously N'Golo Kante sitting in front of the back four, and then the three in midfield will be Keane, Vieira, and Giggs on the right, and then Henry and Van Nistelrooy at the top. That's the team. So it could be 4-4-2, it could be 4-1-3-2. But you ain't beating this team, man. No way, no how.
I don't understand why Gates is making it into these teams that you guys are putting, but not my business.
I have the same problem also. I have the same problem also. I don't know how to make it.
13 Premier League titles, second most appearances.
See, bro, West Brown has won how many Premier League titles? It doesn't make him a good player.
Wow, you're calling West Brown. West Brown in the same sentence.
First in assist.
Because he played on a good team for his entire career.
If I want to hop on it,
in Premier League history didn't play in good teams. There's only Giggs that played.
No, but if you check West Brown's career and see how many games he won, you'll be astounded compared to like maybe a regular centre back.
I believe he has as much or even more clean sheets than Tony Adams. Actually, I think there was a time me and Edoso were arguing about titles and stuff. Yeah, so he wasn't a good team, but
apart from the white privilege, like guy was just on a good team. Like it's not like it was actually anything special, bro. You could find like 7 of it.
Giggs is half black, by the way. Hey, Giggs is half black.
That is black. So no, but black people don't sleep with their brothers. Next.
This is not
you actually went there.
I'm not talking about
I can't resist. Sorry.
Please, what's your beef with Giggs being there?
Who?
You skip.
Sorry?
What's your beef with Giggs being there? You said you have a problem with Giggs?
It's just that, again, he was a good player. Let's keep it real. He was a good player, but I just don't think he was, there's nothing special about him. There's just nothing. I looked at most of his skill set and all of that, and I'm like, there's nothing really special about Giggs and all that. So, like, when you look at David Beckham, you can see something particular special about him. When you look at the Kevin De Bruyne, you can see something definitely special about him. But, like, when I look at him, there's nothing special. Like, but
I don't think you watched Giggs a lot.
Young Giggs,
say that.
I think
what was Giggs good at? What was Giggs good at?
He was better than Beckham. He's better than De Bruyne.
No, I never said again.
Or Downing. Stuart Downing was also very good.
Stop it.
Bowen is also very good.
Now you're disrespecting.
No, stupid things. They want stupid things, though. They have appearances. They
Please, don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect it. Don't disrespect me. I know Man U is bad right now, but don't disrespect our legends, please. Thank you.
This guy I'm about to hang up. I'm about to cut Edosa from this call. Why are you calling Stewie Downing and all these people? Because they can carry the ball, man. Get relaxed.
If it's Stewie Downing, what is Stewie Downing?
like, what is all this? Nah. Giggs is not in my 11, but I think it's going too far saying that there was nothing special about Giggs. I think that's going too far. I think that's like aging and dating ourselves because we didn't watch him at his prime. We watched him towards the end of his prime when he wasn't tearing up and running like he used to, I guess. Kachi, thank you for your take. Thank you for your team. I'll be interested to see. I think we should have a debate to see whose team is better between yours and Amino. Actually, whose team is best overall. And we'll do that later.
But I always
see how that goes.
Giggs, I knew including Giggs will cause a lot of issue. But for me, that's my team. So
Giggs was in other people's team. Amino's team as well, right?
I want to see I can't wait to see Edosa and Skip's team.
Skip's team. All right. Thank you so much.